Good morning, welcome back to the channel. So today we're running a 5k with only using zone 2. I could use zone 1 as well. That's not going to work for this one. We want to see how fast we can go with only using zone 2. So we're going to run as fast as we can in a 5k without going into zone 3 or higher. So for me, zone 3 starts at 140 beats a minute, so we need to keep it no higher than 139, and we're going to see how fast we can do a 5k just in zone 2. So how fast is zone 2? Let's see. 3, 2, 1, go. So we've just started our 5k now, and the aim of this is just to see how fast we can do a 5k just in zone 2. So if you're not sure what zone 2 is, look on your watch. If you're not going to watch, it's a pace like this where you can talk, sing, hold a conversation, and you're all good. So yeah, the reason I'm doing this is I've had an injury the past few weeks and I've not been able to get out there and get any sort of mileage done whatsoever, and it's been an absolute pain. So I'm having to take it nice and steady. So I decided, let's just do zone 2. See how fast we can go. Makes it a little bit more interesting. So I'm right on limit of zone 2, 139 beats a minute. So this is about my limit. Just dropped it to 138. So if it goes to higher than 139, so 140 or higher, the rule is I've got to stop and walk until it drops below 139 or lower again. So we need to keep it. And at the end of this run, I'll put my workout on to see if we've been able to do it or not. I'll do my best, I'm not going to cheat. So 139 still a minute. So yeah, I've had an injury. I've had it for about 3 weeks now. Did a downhill running race, a 10-mile forest run, and on downhill sections I were braking and it's knackered my shins up. Rookie error. But yeah, it's getting better and better, but I can only do slow runs, zone 1, zone 2. I did do one with a bit of pace the other day and it wrecked me, even a couple of kilometres. So back to doing this sort of stuff for a while. I think it's just shin splints, a bit of overuse, and I've had a bit of hammer. Heart rate's 137. Done 0.6 of a K. So zone 2, you should be able to run forever in this really. Nice, easy, have a conversation like we're doing now. Apart from I look mental running down a main road talking into a camera. But yeah, this is zone 2 pace. If you ain't going to watch what I'm doing now, I'm right on limit of my zone 2. 138 beats a minute. I can go to 139 at 140. We're in zone 3. Oh, 140. Gotta drop it down. Fuck's sake. So just hit 140. Just gotta wait for it to drop. 141. So just waiting for that to come back down. 139, we're good to go, so keep it slow. That's just cost me some time, that. See, even now my leg's still feeling, it's feeling all right. It just feels a bit tight around calf muscle, which is weird because it was a shin injury, but yeah, it's a bit odd. But yeah, I've done no warm-up for this because my warm-up's done in zone 2, and you know, with a few sprints and stuff like that, there were no points. So that bit of a niggle that I've got a minute might go. Yeah, we're at 135 a minute, so we can push. So this course that I'm doing here, this 5k course, my PB on this is about 20 minutes and about 15 seconds. So that's going all out, flat out. My outright PB on a 5k is 20 minutes and 1 second. But on this particular 5k, out and back that we're doing, it's 20 minutes and about 15 seconds. I think that's just because of turnaround. But so we'll see how just zone 2 in it compares for 139, so I'm going to keep it a bit slower. We're just going to go through first kilometre now. I'm going to get my head down for a couple of minutes and I'll pick you up in next kilometre. So we've just done first kilometre in 5 minutes 17, so we'll see how we go. I'll pick you back up in next K. So we're only a bit further in, 1.25k. That niggle seems to have gone already, so I think it was just getting it warmed up. So whenever you're doing a race, or out that you're going to do a bit of pace, make sure, that rhymes that. If you're doing a race or out with a bit of pace, make sure you warm up. I could bring that out as a rap, couldn't I? If you're doing out with any pace or you're thinking about doing a race, make sure you warm up. Boom! Yeah, I like that. Might stick it on a t-shirt. Anyway, yeah, always warm up. And like I say, I haven't warmed up today for this because this is a warm up. Do you know what I mean? It's not a no effort run. But yeah, the niggle's gone. So that just shows you why you should warm up. Yeah, you're doing your park runs and stuff like that, even for a 5k. Make sure you're warming up, checking heart rate. 139. It's hard that it just flickered over to 140, then bounced back down. I thought I would have to stop again. We only have to do that one so far. Got a bit giddy. So your zones on your watch, they're set automatically by your age. So you can manually override them and put your own in. You know, VO max tested and do your threshold and all that sort of stuff to find out what your correct running zones are. So I just go with my watch. But every year I get older, it knocks it down one beat. Like, I've just turned 40, and when I was 39, I could run at 140 beats a minute, and that was still zone 2. Now, 139 beats a minute is the maximum. So it changes, but I'm getting fitter and fitter, so I probably need to change mine. But yeah, this pace feels comfy as though. 138 beats a minute, so I'm right at edge of my zone 2. I can still talk. I feel like I could go quite a bit faster and still be able to comfortably talk like this. So maybe mine need adjusting, maybe yours do as well. Let me know if you know. When I say how to adjust them, I know how to adjust them on the Apple Watch and the Apple phone. I mean, what would calculation be to adjust them? What would you have to do to figure out, actually, my zone 2 should be a bit longer, more beats a minute in it? But yeah. So time's slowing down now as well. First K we're at 5:17. We're never going to maintain that in a million years because the heart rate now is just staying like 137, 138, oh, 142. Fuck's sake. Gotta stop. Bring it down. This is bullshit. It's harder than what you think. Also, sun, you can see it's beaming. 22 degrees today. 22 degrees, that will be having an impact on your heart rate as well, 100%. So yes, see what you at 137, we're good to go. So yeah, see what you can do. But yeah, right, I'll pick you up in a K or so. We'll see how we're getting on. Just at 2.2k, and I'll have to stop again because we're at 141. I don't even feel like I'm going fast at all, and my heart rate's shooting up. I think that's got a bit heat. He's got a bit heat. We can go again, 137. Over the last 3 weeks, I've done 15k. So with this 5k in there, that'll be 20k. So that's nothing. I mean, I've been doing weights and stuff like that, but obviously you probably lose a bit of fitness, but I think it's got to be with summer weather we're having. That's pumping the heart rate up. Because it feels so easy, and my heart rate's going to like 143, 142 then. So we've not cheated, we've dropped it back down. See, it's on at 130 now. Like a fucking yo-yo. Anyway, 138. See, it's slowing me. Last kilometre said it would done it in 6 minutes. That's how I have to stand and walk a bit there. We're averaging a 5:39. Yeah, it's a lot harder than what you think, this. I don't mean in terms of effort. I mean pacing it, keeping it that. I can keep it a consistent pace, but this pace is just teetering between zone 2 and zone 3. But I don't feel like it's zone 3 pace at all. My watch is telling me I'll be going into zone 3, a tempo run. It feels far too slow for a tempo. It's got a bit heat. heat's got to be having an impact. 1:39, I better try and slow it down a bit because I don't want it tipping over. But this just feels mega slow to be top end of zone 2. But your heart rate's your heart rate. That's what it's saying. So we're at 2.6k. I'll pick you up in a little bit, we'll see how we're getting on. So far actually, a time, we're on 14 minutes 55 seconds to do 2.63k. So I don't know, can't be asked to work that out yet. Average split though, 540 now. 540 for a zone 2. Do you know what? It's definitely weather, because I know I'm good for about a 5-minute 20 split normally for a zone 2. So that's 20 seconds per kilometre. But that's when it's probably 10 degrees colder. So the heat makes a massive difference. That is massive. Never even factored that in before I did this. If I'd have done this tomorrow, I'd have got a miles better result. Anyway, it is what it is. It's a game. Roll the dice and play the game. See, 3 kilometres, 3.07 kilometres. It's just 140 beats a minute. Back down to 139, let's go. So then that's 3 times we've had to stop. Averaging once per kilometre. Just so I'm getting a bit giddy. But honestly, this feels painfully slow. This, if anything, feels like zone 1. Really, really slow. And that's not me trying to be big-headed or out like that. I think I might even have to change the title of this video to how much the sun affects, how much the heat affects you when you're running, your heart rate. I don't know. But yeah, massive difference. But it is what it is. 137 beats a minute, averaging a 543. We're probably going to get back in about a 545, 550. Yeah, running in zone 2 in the heat. Anyway, so last average 554, average overall 544. Ticking along nicely. Do you know what? It's a nice day today. It's nice. I could do an half marathon. I could just stay out, but we can't. And that's one of the things when you've got an injury, and I've learned hard way, don't be tempted to stay out, don't be tempted to put hammer down. I did that about 2 weeks ago. I put hammer down, went to my 10k race pace for 2 kilometres and I couldn't walk for a day, and it was just the wrong thing to do. You know, I want to go fast, but I want to be back racing soon and back getting after it. And this is just slow process. When you pick up an injury, you've got to be sensible. Anyway, it's not about injuries, this. That's just me moaning on. But yeah, look after yourself, look after your body. One thing, just even though I said it's not about it, as you get older, you seem to pick niggles up a bit easier. You seem to pick an injury up a bit easier, and they seem to take a bit longer to go. This is probably at first, I wouldn't say it's a major injury, but he's put me out for 3 weeks. So, yeah. And it's just needed a rest and recovery. It's a bit mad, the body, how it works. Anyway, so 140. So we're on 20 minutes and 7 seconds, and we've done 3.5k. Are we good to go? We're good to go. I want to see it flashing up. Heart rate. God, I'm absolutely dripping, if you can see. Look at that. Yeah, we're good to go. I'll pick you up in a bit. It's 4k done, averaging a 547. So, let's check heart rate, 139. Oh, don't go over 139. So, just from memory, on a couple of runs that I did, when temperatures were a lot lower, I remember being able to do a 5-minute kilometre in zone 2, or a 5:05, quite consistently, not just one, quite consistently. And if you look at my marathon, when I did a marathon about 3 months ago, 90% of the marathon, because it was my first marathon, was done in zone 2, and I averaged a 5:39-minute kilometre, I think. That were over a marathon. And already now I'm averaging a 5:48. just on a 5k. So the heat absolutely kills it. It absolutely kills your heart rate. I can't believe it. So to put it into context, 3 months ago it probably 12 degrees, 13 degrees, and I did a marathon, and I think I was averaging a 5:39 or a 5:40 per kilometre, and it were all near enough in zone 2. I looked at my data afterwards. It's on Strava and it's on video if you go back a bit. And today I'm doing a 5k. I'm in 141, gotta stop. And I'm averaging a 5:48, but it's 22 degrees, 23 degrees. So it's 12 degrees hotter. That's madness. And I know from doing like 10k's and stuff like that in zone 2, we're good to go. 10k's in zone 2 and half marathons in zone 2. I've been doing kilometres in 5 minutes and 5 minutes 5 and stuff like that. So for it to add 40 seconds by going up 11 degrees, 12 degrees, that's insane. I never knew that. This is some crazy data. Crazy data. But anyway, this is the challenge today. How fast can we do a 5k in the heat? That's the new title of it. And so far, we've done 4.3k and we're on 25 minutes and 8 seconds. So we'll see. 136 beats a minute. Let's turn it up a bit, 138. There's a downhill bit here, so I need to be careful with my bloody shin. So yeah, I might try this. To be fair, I've only done this because I'm injured. I don't really care how fast I can run in zone 2. Zone 2's not made for going fast. But I want to do something today. I want to have a bit of a challenge and see. So I think we've stopped 4 times. Might be wrong. 136 beats a minute. Come on, we can go up a little bit. I don't know what we're going to do this in. Maybe about 27 minutes, I think. Which I'm sure in winter. Maybe I might do it in winter. I reckon we can do a sub 25 in winter in zone 2. Yeah, I reckon so. But anyway, I've enjoyed this just for the fact of getting out and getting a run done, and relatively pain free. I can feel a little bit of pain at the lower end of my shin, but at the start of the week I had pain radiating up and down my entire shin, and this is progress. I'll take that. I've been able to go out and do a run and not pick up an injury or make it worse. So I'll take that every day. The speed and the time and the endurance will all come back. 3 weeks off won't be end at world. And I've lost a couple of pounds as well, which is a bit odd. But I did cut my eating down a bit because I knew I didn't need as many carbs, because I were, you know, I'm averaging 40-50 kilometres a week, so I do take on extra carbs. That tells you something as well. So we're on 4.62k and we're just on a bit of a gravelly bit at the minute. We've nearly done 139 beats a minute. Come on, boy. 27.16. Is it going to be a sub 28? I don't know. 4.8k, let's bring it home. So it's not going to be a sub 28, we're looking to get sub 29. Anyway, the heat absolutely kills your heart rate, so we've learned that today massively. I didn't really care the result at time or anything. I'm just surprised it's taken me this long to do it by staying in zone 2. But it is what it is. The game is the game, as they say. 4.9k, a little bit longer to go. Heart rate's still decent, 135, in fact we can pick it up. It's going to go over 29 minutes. I'm really surprised. But I think it's just 24 degrees. It says, looks about right, feels about 24. Are we done? Are we done? Yeah, there we go, we're done. It's a nice time, 29.29. I would have expected loads quicker. Obviously the heat has a massive impact, but when your zone 2 is your zone 2, it's going to be different in different conditions. That tells me, might be obvious to a lot of you, but if you're going to shoot for a PB, You need to be doing it in winter months, autumn months, spring months. That's probably why a lot of racers, mind you, they have races all year round. But if you're going to do an half marathon in August, I don't know how you can beat your PB. Yeah, I've learnt something there, so maybe train as hard as you can through summer and go for your PBs in spring and autumn and winter. Yeah. Thing is, Olympics are on this month as well. Don't make any sense that, to do it in hot. Maybe it's just me not acclimatised to it, I don't know. But surely you'd be better off doing them in colder temperatures. I don't mean freezing, I just mean colder. But anyway, there we go. So, no injury, feel good. Could do another 5k. My shin does feel a bit tight down at lower end, but compared to what and how it's been going, progressing over the past few weeks, it's miles better. 29.29, all in zone 2. We had a few blips going into zone 3, but we stopped, we walked, and we got rid of that. But yeah, maybe I need to recalculate my zones and change them manually. Maybe I don't. For now, I'll just leave them because I don't really care. It is what it is. I'm putting it down to weather. I think weather's had a massive impact, so we've all learned something today. But listen, thanks very much for coming along. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate all subbers, likes, comments, that sort of stuff. Hopefully I'll bump into some of you more at park runs and some races like we have done. I'll be back at a race hopefully pretty soon. I just need to take it easy on recovery. Can't be overdoing it and rushing back. But thanks very much for coming along. Like I said, don't miss your training, don't miss your workout, lace up and empty the tank, and I'll see you next time.